President Trump says the United States needs Greenland for international security. The president insisting that the U.S. must control the semi-autonomous Danish territory.
To the United States, it is a battleground for power, resources, and military control. Washington has offered billions to buy it, built secret military bases, and explored extreme measures to secure it. Why? Because beneath its ice lie trillions in resources, lost military experiments, and a strategic location that could shape future conflicts. So why does the US want to cut off Greenland's surface, and what happens if they succeed? Stay with me, because what we are about to uncover will change the way you see this Arctic frontier forever. The history of US interest in Greenland. The United States' interest in Greenland is not a new phenomenon. It dates back more than 150 years. In the year 1867, just after the Civil War, U.S. Secretary of State William H. Seward, the man behind the Alaska Purchase, turned his attention to Greenland and Iceland. Seward saw these territories as key to expanding America's strategic and economic power, emphasizing Greenland's wealth of natural resources including rich fisheries, diverse wildlife, and valuable minerals. But not everyone was on board. The backlash from the Alaska Purchase had been intense. Critics called it Seward's folly, mocking the idea of acquiring vast frozen landscapes. This skepticism made Congress and the public hesitant to support another Arctic land deal, ultimately shutting down Seward's Greenland ambitions before they could gain traction. Fast forward to the 21st century, and Greenland was back in Washington's crosshairs. In the year 2019, then-President Donald Trump proposed buying Greenland from Denmark for $600 million annually. The idea was met with immediate backlash, not just because of the price tag, which was widely considered laughable for a landmass nearly one-quarter the size of the continental United States, but because both Greenland and Denmark firmly rejected the notion. The Greenlandic government made it clear they were not for sale. Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen reinforced this stance, calling the proposal absurd. In response, Trump abruptly cancelled a planned visit to Denmark. But that wasn't the end of it. After winning re-election in the year 2024, Trump reignited his push for Greenland, now describing its acquisition as a national security necessity. In December of that year, he once again floated the idea of purchasing the island. This time, however, his rhetoric took a more aggressive turn. Reports surfaced that Trump suggested the United States might resort to force if necessary to secure control over Greenland. Greenland's Prime Minister Mute Bouapigi did not mince words, declaring, "Greenland is ours. We are not for sale and will never be for sale." Despite repeated rejections from Greenland and Denmark, the United States is unlikely to give up on its ambitions. Whether through economic incentives, political pressure, or even military posturing, Washington's interest in Greenland is here to stay. The real question is, how far is the United States willing to go? Why Greenland is so important, resources and geopolitics. Greenland, the world's largest island, is sitting on a massive stockpile of mineral wealth, making it a hotly contested piece of real estate in the global power struggle. A survey conducted in the year 2023 found that Greenland holds 25 out of the 34 minerals classified as critical raw materials by the European Commission. These resources are essential for modern industries, and securing access to them could shift the balance of power in global trade. One of the most sought-after resources in Greenland is rare earth elements, crucial for electric vehicles, wind turbines, missile guidance systems, and fighter jets. The largest deposits are located in the Gardar province in the south, where companies like Critical Metals Corporation and Neo Performance Materials are already eyeing extraction opportunities. But that's just the beginning. Greenland also has graphite, which is indispensable for electric vehicle batteries and steel production. Green Rock Mining is already working on securing mining rights for the Amitsoq graphite project. Then there's copper and nickel, key metals in electronics and renewable energy technologies. These deposits, mostly unexplored, are being pursued by companies such as AEX Gold and 88 Energy. Meanwhile, zinc and gold reserves have also attracted investors, with projects like Citronen and Fury for zinc and lead, and Amarok Minerals developing a gold mine at Mount Alunite. The estimated value of Greenland's mineral wealth is staggering, around $1.1 trillion. That includes oil fields valued between $300 billion and $400 billion, rare earth minerals worth between $500 billion and $700 billion, and real estate assessed at roughly $200 billion to $220 billion. If that wasn't enough, Greenland is also home to one of the largest uranium deposits in the world, critical for nuclear energy and weapons development. And this is exactly why the United States is so interested. Washington isn't just after the resources, it's also trying to block China's growing influence in the Arctic. Beijing already dominates the global rare earth mineral supply chain, refining about 90% of the world's rare earth elements. These minerals power everything from smartphones and electric vehicles to missile guidance systems and advanced military technology. If Greenland's resources fall under Chinese control, it would tighten Beijing's grip on the global market, leaving the US and its allies even more vulnerable. The US military depends on rare earth elements for fighter jets, drones, and precision weapons, and Western nations have been pushing to reduce their reliance on China for years. The urgency is increasing, especially as China has used export restrictions as a geopolitical weapon in past trade disputes. Meanwhile, demand for rare earth minerals is surging due to the rise of electric vehicles and renewable energy initiatives. But there's one big obstacle: the US and its allies don't just need to mine these minerals, they need to refine and process them independently. Right now, China controls most of the refining operations, meaning that even if Greenland starts extracting rare earth elements, the materials would still need to be sent to Chinese processing facilities. To truly break China's monopoly, Western nations must invest in their own refining infrastructure. If this happens, Greenland could become a major global player within the next decade, transforming the geopolitical landscape and loosening China's stranglehold on critical resources. Whether through economic deals, strategic alliances, or military posturing, the United States is determined to secure Greenland's resources. But why is Washington so determined to claim Greenland, even at the risk of escalating tensions? The answer lies beneath the ice: a fortune in rare earth minerals, oil reserves, and strategic resources that could tip the balance of global power. Sovereign power and the future of Greenland. The future of Greenland hangs in the balance, caught between opportunity and exploitation, self-determination and superpower rivalry. If the United States does succeed in embedding itself more deeply into Greenland, the island could become a linchpin of Western defense strategy and global commerce. But at what cost? For Greenlanders, the path ahead is complex. The lure of economic prosperity through American investment is strong, especially with the promise of infrastructure development, job creation, and access to global markets. Yet the fear remains that such development could come at the price of environmental degradation, cultural erosion, and a loss of political agency. Climate change is only accelerating this geopolitical race. As the ice melts and the Arctic becomes more navigable and resource-rich, the competition will intensify. Greenland's vast deposits of rare earth minerals, oil, and natural gas, along with its potential as a trans-Arctic shipping hub, make it one of the most strategically valuable territories on the planet. With these riches exposed, global powers are not just looking at Greenland, they are making moves. Ultimately, the fate of Greenland should lie in the hands of its people. Whether they choose full independence, stronger ties with Denmark, a strategic partnership with the United States, or a blend of all three, the decisions made in the coming years will shape not only Greenland's destiny but the geopolitical order of the Arctic for generations to come. The question remains: will Greenland rise as an independent Arctic power, or will it become the next battleground in a new Cold War over the world's final frontiers?